Okay, so this golfer that's joining us today had a narrow escape at the Belfry and got knocked out by a golf ball, right? We're hoping today that he's going to leave here unscathed. So
Me too.
so we're joined by Mark. So what we want to know is name, age, handicap.
So as you know, it's Mark.
Yeah.
Handicap is currently 10.6 and I'm 64 years of age.
Okay, and what's your biggest golfing problem that we're going to solve for you today?
Inconsistency with striking the ball across all the irons and the driver. So I think it's ball striking is the biggest issue.
I bet it sounds like you, doesn't it? Most people come here wanting to improve their consistency. So what is your golfing like? And it's worse, what's it like?
Well, I've got down to 10.6 from sort of just 13. So I've been recently retired playing relatively well. But then the last comp, I'm playing off 10 and I actually played to something like 25. So, yeah, the inconsistency shows in the scores.
Shall I ask him if he came home and cried on your dinner? Did you come home and cry on your dinner?
Well, the big F word came out, which is, like frustration.
Oh, frustration. Oh, okay, right.
And that builds during the round, and by the end of it, you've just got no confidence.
Would you say that you are a man that suffers a lot with frustration?
Yeah, when it's not going well, yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
Let's see what we can do for you today then. So what are you hoping that Julian's going to fix for you today?
Well, if you can identify what's causing the inconsistency and give me some pointers about how I can correct that and then be aware of it when I'm playing around so I can correct it during the round, that'd be great.
Okay, let's see what he can do for you then. Off we go.
Great, thank you.
Great to see you.
Hi, Julian.
Struggling a little bit with your golf?
Yes, you could say that. Inconsistency is the biggest issue I've got, sorry.
Okay, so inconsistency in what form?
Striking the ball.
Okay, what, hitting it thin, fat, left, right?
All of that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So I've got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today, Mark, we're going to score your swing at the start of this session out of 12. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but at the end, I'm going to rescore it and show you where you've made the improvements. Okay, so what I'd like to do to start off with, Mark, if you could hit me a couple of shots, we'll have a look at the data, see what's happening, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Okay, so what I can see now on the screen is what we call the club path. So at the bottom left, 9.5 degrees into out. For me, that number's quite high. That's going to cause a few issues in your shot. So first off, if you square the club face up with that swing path, the ball's going to go to the right.
Right.
We can also start hitting it left if we release the club face too much. You could hit behind a ball, you could slightly thin the golf ball. So the main issue that I'm seeing right now is club path. So just before I mention the next bit, on a scale of 1 to 10, if 10's the tightest you could hold a golf club, what score would you give your grip tension?
Yeah, I'd give it an 8.
An 8 out of 10, okay. Ideally, if we could reduce that down to 5 out of 10, that's going to allow your body to move much more naturally. So 8 out of 10 for me is a little bit too tight, can cause you to top the golf ball because your muscles are starting to shorten a little bit when you're 8 out of 10. So just something to be aware of. Okay. So Mark, can you just make your setup for me? I'm just going to put a club on the floor that's parallel to ball to target line. And then what I'd like you to do, Mark, is bring the club to hip height for me, roughly, and then stop. Okay, so if I bring this down here, can you see where this shaft is in relationship to the one that's on the floor?
Yeah.
You see that's pointing off to the right.
Yeah.
So this is that into out swing path that we're seeing a bit of an issue with as you're striking it. So the problem now is we could push it to the right.
Yeah.
We could hang back turn the club face over and start hitting it left. We could hit behind the ball, or we could slightly top the ball.
Right.
So you're going to get one of those, and if you time it right, you're going to hit a good shot. So when we turn the club to hip height, ideally what we're looking for is for the shaft of your golf club to be parallel to the one that's on the floor, which is now pointing towards our target.
Okay.
So the more we swing the club this way, the more right we're likely to hit the shots. Okay. So if we could start to get it going more this way, it's going to deliver the club on a much better swing path. So what we're going to do to start with, we're going to do a few half swings, just through to here, and then we'll build that into a full swing. Okay. Yeah, I love it. That's it. And then we'll just tap a little shot into the screen from there. Okay. And again. So roughly to about here, and can you see now how that shaft is more parallel to the one that's on the floor? Now on the golf course, we haven't got the golf club on the floor as a reference. What could we use as a reference, do you think?
Feet,
Feet. Yeah, so if your feet were pointing way off to the right, then they'd be parallel to, but at the moment you're setting up pretty much parallel to target. So if this shaft is parallel to your toe line, again, we're not going to be a million miles off.
Okay.
Too much. Now, when you've done it too much, hopefully what you're feeling here is a bit of what we call forearm rotation. Okay. Now, the half swing is about the hardest swing that we can do to hit a golf ball. It's just a practice drill to try and get the first bit right. But what I want to do now is help you understand how we can stabilise that backswing, and we're going to use a towel. Okay, so if this was soaking wet, and if I was holding the towel a bit like I was holding the golf club, how would I wring water out of it?
I turn it,
So it's what's called equal and opposite force in reaction. So one hand's going against the other. Now, as we start the backswing, that's stabilised it. But if I do both in the same direction, that now is going to start to make the club go too much to the inside. So I want you to hold that. So imagine now, that's it. So if you're going to squeeze water out of it, how do you do it?
Wow.
So it's the other way. So we're going to go that way for golf.
Okay.
So as we start the backswing, you see how that's stabilised it?
Yeah.
I've got a 10. So do they now feel even in terms of grip pressure, one against the other?
Yeah.
Yep. So now as we move the club to hip height, that's stabilised it much better.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if we do too much with both,
Yeah.
now we're getting that club whipping to the inside. If we've got equal pressure here, then your wrist can work correctly. That's going to move the club on plane and stabilise the club face. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to let you have a few practice swings just to get comfortable with this, and then we'll hit a few shots. It just feels nice and even to here. That's it. And then the wrists go that way rather than around this way. That's it. Just work a bit more natural. Pressure, and when we start the backswing, that will neutralise the path and help us get the club to go more this way. There's the issue. Yeah. Can you see the difference?
I can, yeah.
There, and then we can go that way. So did it feel like
sorry, left hand is more...
Left hand's more dominant.
Yes.
So I can feel the pressure now in this. Now it feels more like a 5 rather than an 8, but it's just that first bit.
Yeah.
And then the second feeling that we're looking for is at this point now, we're going to point the butt of the club feels more down to the ground rather than pointing over towards that golf bag. Okay, so it's just going to, maybe a sensation for you, Mark, it feels a little bit more upright.
Yeah.
Just feel, so we'll have a few practice swings again. Let's just see if we can get that club to go a little bit more up and a touch less around. Okay. Let's have upright. Okay. There, and then from that point then, Mark, there. Just a touch more. Well done. Okay, so just before you hit this one, Mark, have a quick look at the screen and look at the club path.
Yeah.
So 4.7 degrees into out. I like under 5 is good for me.
Yeah.
Between 2 and 5 degrees, I think is a nice number. 8, 9 degrees is a little bit too much. So on that one, was there a different feeling?
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't feel as stiff.
Okay, that's definitely going to help. And now for me, the club is more on line with the ball
Yeah.
and not so much this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that for me is much, much better. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're starting to see now, Mark, on the screen, on the top right now, there's quite a lot of shots going to the right.
Yeah.
And that's happening more because of the club face rather than the swing path.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we want to work on secondary now is just squaring the face up so that it's hitting it nice and square. Okay. So the way that we're going to help you understand how to square the club face up is we're just going to use this impact bag. So what I want you to do is make your setup to the bag and hold your club halfway up it. Okay, so it's going to be about there. Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, where's the club face pointing? To target?
To target.
Okay. So what we know has been happening on the bad ones, you've started to come in with an open club face. Which hand would you say has become more dominant now?
Right. Left. Is it?
Left?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if we use the right hand, what would that do to the club face?
Square it up.
Yeah. So because it's been in here a little bit, it's got a bit trapped, and then the left hand had taken over. Okay. When we're on plane, which yours is on a much better plane now, how do we strike that bag?
Yeah. Square.
Right hand?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so what I want you to do is just tap this bag for me. I don't want you to hit it hard. So just work it up and release. That's hit it hard.
So, feel hard.
So what was funny about that? Yes, you struck it, but it went straight.
Yeah, yeah.
Even with an open club face with this, the bag would have gone to the right of target.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So we work it on plane and then bang. So now it's come back nice and square. Okay. On the way down, so we've worked on the backswing. We're stopping that going too much to the inside. We're just letting that work up on a better path. What's the feeling now to strike that ball with a square face? Right hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So what might happen on this shot, you might hit it a bit too far left,
Yeah.
but that'll only happen because of one of our issues that we see with so many golfers is we tend to keep our head down too long.
Right.
We'll work through that separately, but let's see if we can get that club face to square up better. Okay, so you released it better and we've seen the shot's gone a touch more to the left. The great news about that, Mark, is you did release the club face and the distance went up a little bit. So if you were to go and practice and you take your phone with you and you pop it behind you, if you've got the club on the floor and you start to hit a few shots, you'll then be able to watch what you're doing and then go, okay, what it feels like and what it looks like can be quite different.
I see,
So the phone's going to become your friend if you like to go and hit some balls. Wow. That finished pretty much on target. And what we can see there, Mark, we come down to 5.5 degrees into out. Low side spin, so 375 side spin L left, which is a draw spin that you've put on it.
Yeah.
What are you going to go away and practice now?
Yeah. One is the grip pressure.
Grip pressure's huge,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So yeah, because I tend to be left hand dominant, so I need to relax that.
Yeah.
This position here.
So that now is parallel to
the
toe
target.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then
the wrist
upright.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So some things to work on.
Lots of things to work on. Yeah, that's good. I do see the logic. It makes sense to me why I'm being inconsistent. So it's just getting that feeling, isn't it?
That's it. On target that way.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get all sorts going. See, your body is going to move so much better that way as well.
Yeah.
Strike it here, manipulation.
It's getting that feeling when you know you're on the right, path.
Yeah, new distance is quite natural again.
So today we had marking, didn't we? How'd you get on? You enjoy yourself?
Yes, definitely. It was great.
Takeaways then? Learning points?
More than I thought I was going to be, because I thought I was in a better position, but I thought I was better than Julian actually showed me. So I think grip pressure when I'm gripping the club, the takeaway, keeping it parallel to target, and then breaking the wrist so that the club's more upright.
Yeah. He's done all right today, hasn't he? Well, we think you've done all right. So what's the scores, Julian? Where was he before? And where
Yeah,
was he now?
so what we've done, Mark, we've scored you out of 12. We look at 6 different elements of your golf swing. When you started, I scored you at 6 out of 12.
So just tell us what that is. So it's the timeless golf swing methodology that we're measuring Mark against, because if you come for a session, you need to know where you are and where you're going towards, don't you? So,
Absolutely, yeah. So the main issues that we were seeing were in the arms and wrist action. That was taking the club too much to the inside, then you were having to manipulate the club face through impact. So the where the numbers dropped was definitely in the way that your arms and your wrists were moving. Your body movement was pretty good, to be honest, but the tension, that tension's a killer, isn't it, of golf swings? So you started off about 8 out of 12, 8 out of 10, and you came down to about 5 in your thing. When I was helping you move the club, it still felt like a 6. So I think there's another layer that we can come down again.
Okay.
But what we tend to find, that gets better the more confident you become. The more confident, the more relaxed. The more you relax, the better you move, so on and so forth. So by the end of it, Mark, you'll be pleased to know that you went up to 8 out of 12. So that's a significant improvement. Now, don't mistake that for hitting great golf shots. It's more about the movement of your swing, of the body. So that's definitely changed, and we know there's more to come.
Yeah.
Great.
So just as a reminder then, the 3 principles of the timeless golf swing methodology are free flowing motion, coordinated movement, and of course our signature 6-second finish. So you did all right today.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thanks, Julie.
Great job.
No problem at all.
Thanks for coming in. So I'm just reminding you and asking you a favour. If you've enjoyed our videos or if we've inspired you or helped you in any way, please, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe to our channel. It helps you and it helps us. And if you want to take your game to a whole new level as well, there's 3 key ways that you can do it. Firstly, our new digital programme, which is £49 for 12 months. It's great, loads of content. Secondly is our Platinum Transformation Programme, which can take you over a whole year of support. And then, of course, if you want to book in for a one-to-one lesson, you can do that here in our Academy, Royal Leamington Spa, or online. So plenty of ways for you to transform your golf. So we'll see you again next time, and remember to watch the next episode in the Timeless Golf Swing series. Lots of educational moments in there for you.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Every